morning. In John 20, talks about Mary Magdalene being at the tomb of Jesus, then going and finding Peter and John, the two disciples, and then they ran to the tomb. So I'm just going to read that real quick. Now on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene went to the tomb while it was still dark and saw that the stone had been taken away from the tomb. Then she ran and came to Simon Peter and the other disciple whom Jesus loved, and said to them, "They have taken away the Lord out of the tomb, and we do not know where they have laid him." Peter therefore went out and the other disciple, and were going to the tomb. So they both ran together, and the other disciple outran Peter and came to the tomb first. Now, because we know the end of the story, we know that this has what we'd like to call a happy ending, that, that Mary sees Jesus and then Jesus appears to the disciples later. But at this very point in time, the disciples don't know all this. This hasn't happened. They've just seen their Savior crucified 3 days earlier. They've had 3 days of a festival where they've had to just sit in their pain and their grief. That run would have been, you can imagine every step, like they would have given it their all. I can't even imagine what would have been going through their heads. They would have just been, if they're anything like the rest of us, would have been so many questions, and the only thing they could think is, I need to get there. I need to get there. This wouldn't have been a casual jog through the town. This would have been I can imagine, soldiers patrolling and like, hey, where are you guys going? What's the point you're trying to make? Point is, in your grief, run to Jesus. In your grief, in your pain, run to him. Staying away isn't going to fix it. Staying away from him, it's not going to get the result you want. The only thing that will get the result you want is to run to him with everything you got. And I want to show you from Jesus' perspective, what's he doing when we can't find him? In Song of Songs 1 verse 8 it says, "If you can't find me, loveliest of all women, it's all right. Stay with your flocks, lead your lambs to good pasture. Stay with your shepherd neighbours." There's a lot in that one. But what's Jesus doing when we can't seem to find him? It says, "You remind me of Pharaoh's well-groomed and satiny mares. Pendant earrings line the elegance of your cheeks. Strands of jewels illume the curve of your throat. I'm making jewelry for you, gold and silver jewelry that will mark and accent your beauty." Again, what's the point? The point is, when we can't find Jesus, he's still thinking of us. He's still working on our behalf. He's still making things to make us better. The disciples couldn't find Jesus. He was in the middle of being resurrected. What's not to love about this story? Look, I get things are difficult. And I get that sometimes we carry a lot of grief. But in the midst of your grief, here's my advice. Not that you asked for it, but here it is. Run to Jesus. Run to him with everything you got. Just run to him. You can't lose. Here in my grief, here in my pain, gentle, won't bruise the flower. You pour your oil on me this very hour. Jesus, Jesus. Sorry, I'm stopping because there's such a strong desire. Just Jesus is longing to be with us, longing. Jesus, you're welcome here in my grief, here in my pain. I know it hurts, but I bring it to you all the same. Gentle, won't bruise the flower. You pour your oil on me this hour. To you, heart overflowing. Hear me sing. I stay with you, seeing the scars in your hands. I stay with you. You breathed out the stars with your lips. Wonderful you are, Jesus, you are my King. How glorious, worthy of everything. All creation sings your praise. With you I have it made. I stay with you, seeing the scars in your hands. I stay with you. You breathe out the stars with your lips. How wonderful you are, Jesus, you are my King. How glorious.